Time now for the KSL In-Depth. The Outdoor Retailer Show is back in town this week as Utah enjoys the OR's last planned stay in Salt Lake City. KSL wanted to know what kind of financial hole their departure will leave in the state. KSL News Radio's Brianna Bodily spoke with local experts about both the loss of the OR and what they plan to do to fill the gap next year.
The Outdoor Retailer Show started in Utah more than 20 years ago. Jason Mathis with the Downtown Alliance says now that the convention has thousands of delegates, Salt Lake City can barely find room to host. In Denver, the next host of the show isn't much bigger.
Don't know that they're necessarily understanding all of the implications of what it means to host this show.
Scott Beck with Visit Salt Lake says twice a year, the show would bring in close to 30,000 people, all with money to spend.
So that's 55,000 people, roughly spending $1,000, which is roughly $55 million.
He says another convention bringing in a few thousand people will fill the gap in Salt Lake, but Mathis adds the rest of the state won't fare so well.
The folks across the region, the hoteliers across the region will be the ones who will probably feel this the most because they might not have that sort of convention reach to go out and attract conventions to, for instance, North Salt Lake or to Lehigh.
It's Beck's job and others at Visit Salt Lake to now fill two gaps that haven't been a problem since the 1990s.
So 2018 is going to be a little bit bigger of a hole than will 2019. We cannot find a trade show within a year to replace a trade show of this size.
It's inconvenient, but a weight they can handle.
Half of our business every year is new business every year.
As for the hope they might come back again,
we did not lose them because there was not enough hotels or because our taxi cabs weren't good or whatever. We lost them over public policy. And we have no indication that it's going to change soon.
And while the blow may hurt financially, Mathis says the Salt Lake area is still growing. Earlier this year, the county confirmed they're still in talks to build a mega hotel that would bring in another 750 to 900 rooms to the downtown area. The plan has been repeatedly stalled, as Beck says the private company in charge is raising funds. But with the OR's departure,
a convention center hotel is critically important for us to be able to grow our convention business and help to fill the hole that's left from Outdoor Retailer's departure.
The Outdoor Retailer Show will continue until the 29th. They're scheduled to wrap up right about 3 o'clock. Brianna Bodily, KSL News Radio.
And video from Brianna's report is airing now on the KSL News Radio app, sponsored by Any Hour Services. By the way, that march was held this past hour from the Salt Lake Palace to the state capitol. Attendees of the Outdoor Retailers Show marching in support of national monuments like Bears Ears. You've been listening to the In-Depth at 15 and 45. KSL News Time 549 Triple Team Traffic. We're brought to you by Mountain America's new My Style Rewards Checking. Here's Ricky.
Slow and go southbound I-15 with a little bit of stop and go. That's going to be in the Midville area, but your slowdowns will start about 1300 south and continue to about 114 south. Northbound I-15 stacked up and a very slow ride, Draper to Midvale. You're also going to see some westbound slowing on the 21st South Freeway starting after Bangerter Highway and some southbound slowing on the West Bell California Avenue to the Maverick Center. Michelle?
We're still seeing slowing I-15 southbound as you're coming around the point of the mountain headed into Utah County. You're going to see slowdowns through the Lehigh area, both north and southbound now. If you're traveling in the Park City area, you're also going to see some unusual slowdowns. Highways 224, 248 are both really slow, but the earlier delays on I-80 eastbound approaching Highway 189 or Highway 40, that has cleared, Mark.
Elevated KSL travel times that continue right now. Midvale Murray South Interchange up to the North Interchange. Looking, of course, as always, for the latest KSL travel times from our traffic troopers at 57500 to 15 North End. Delays I-80 toward Legacy. Delays in Davis County, Kaysville, 200 North to SR 193 Clearfield. Highway 89 delays tightening between South Weaver Drive and I-84.